Doing great. Welcome back to my channel Young Tutor, and today we shall be doing the chapter Socialism in Europe and the Russian Revolution. So first of all, let me tell you what is socialism. Socialism is nothing but it is also an ideology, like we had democracy. Democracy was also nothing but it was an ideology. वैसे ही socialism भी एक कुछ नहीं, एक आइडिया है, जैसे एक गवर्नमेंट को या जैसे एक कंट्री को गवर्न करना चाहिए, या एक प्रॉपर्टीज़ हैं जो किसी भी कंट्री के अंदर ऐड होनी चाहिए। और हम डिस्कस करेंगे कैसे सोशलिज्म को यूरोप में पॉपुलर सपोर्ट मिला, या कैसे लोग उसको अगेंस्ट थे, उसके इस कॉन्सेप्ट के अगेंस्ट थे, और अगर अगेंस्ट थे तो वाई वर दे अगेंस्ट। एंड देन वी शैल ऑल्सो डिस्कस द रशियन रेवोल्यूशन। लेट मी ऑल्सो टेल यू दैट द मेजर रीज़न बिहाइंड द रशियन रेवोल्यूशन was socialism. Okay, major reason behind the Russian Revolution was nothing but also it was socialism. Clear? So we'll start with the age of social change. So in the previous chapter you read about the powerful ideas of freedom and equality that circulated in Europe after the French Revolution. The French Revolution opened up the possibility of creating drastic change, a dramatic change in the way which society was structured. So if you have seen my videos of French Revolution also, I have mentioned that French Revolution was one of the oldest revolutions, and oldest revolutions which took place into the world. And due to this French Revolution, people were now more entitled or inclined towards fighting for their rights, towards fighting for what they want, and towards change. They were more open towards change in the equality system, in the way the country is governed, etc. Okay, so it created dramatic change into how the society was seen and how the society was structured. And as you have read, before the 18th century, society was broadly divided into estates and orders, and it was the aristocracy and church which controlled the economic and social power. Suddenly, after the revolution, it seemed possible as to change this. So because we have already seen in French Revolution that only the aristocracies and the church, who were aristocracies, these were the nobles, or the second estate people, and the church one or the clergy one were only the people who had the powers, economic and social powers. But and the people were also not willing, the other people who belong to the third estate or the lower classes were also not ready to fight for their you can say stake. They were also not ready to fight for their own right because they were too afraid about what might happen. But after the French Revolution, all these changes also some sort of came possible for to happen. Now suddenly after revolution, the it seemed possible to change this. In many parts of the world, including Europe and Asia, new ideas about individual rights and who controls social power began to be discussed. Now this is a very important example which can be asked, so we must underline this, that in India, Raja Ram Mohan Roy and Derozoy talked about the significance of the French Revolution. Significance means that how it played an important role and an important impact over the people as well as over the country, and how the country shall be governed of the French Revolution. And many others debated that the ideas of the post revolutionary Europe. The developments in colonies in turn reshaped the ideas of the sociality, societal change. So because many of the rulers, like in India we have Raja Ram Mohan Roy, example is very important. Everything which I am highlighting is extremely important. So in India also Raja Ram Mohan Roy and Derozoy, and there were different rulers who were discussing about the significance of the French Revolution and how the French Revolution brought a dramatic or a drastic change into how the country was governed, how it was seen, and the ideas of the societies also changed, and the people were also breaking the old you can say mentalities. Okay, not everyone in Europe, however, wanted a complete transformation of society. Responses varied from those who accepted that some change was necessary but wished for a gradual shift. So, there were many people who wanted a drastic change. There were many people who didn't want change, or if they wanted change, they want a slow change. They demanded that if we want change, then the changes must be slow. ओके, सो मतलब कि वो चाहते थे कि चेंजेस अगर हों भी तो वो धीरे धीरे हों, स्लो हों। कुछ बोलते थे कि हमें ड्रास्टिक चेंज चाहिए। So there were different people, there were different groups of communities which were known as conservatives, liberals, or radicals. And about them we shall be reading furthermore. And these conservatives, liberals, and radicals were the people who were spread wide among Europe, not only in Russia but all over the Europe. These were the people who had different ideologies about how the government or how the country or how the people should be governed. Okay, now, moving towards liberals, radicals, and conservatives. As I told you that these were nothing, these were the groups of people, or let me write, these were the groups of community having some ideas about how the country should be governed, या कैसे कंट्री को चलाना चाहिए. इन हिंदी आई कैन सी दिस. ओके, very important. Fine. Now next we have, yes, we shall discuss in detail about liberals, radicals, and conservatives. One of the groups which looked to change society were the liberals. Now we are talking about liberals. Those were the people who were looking towards the change in society. They were open towards the change. Liberals wanted a nation which tolerated all religions. That means that the state was not inclined towards any one religion. कि ऐसा ना हो कि इस country में सिर्फ जो Muslims हैं, those people are given the rights, or only who are Protestants are also a type of people of the church, people of या उनको ही सिर्फ राइट मिले, या फिर जो कैथोलिक चर्च के जो लोग हैं सिर्फ उनको ही राइट मिले. सो दे वांटेड टू टॉलरेट ऑल रिलीजन्स, और इन शॉर्ट यू कैन से दैट दे वांटेड सेक्युलरिज्म. This is a word, secularism is a word which is used in our Indian constitution, that the state is not inclined towards any one particular religion. It is not supporting anyone. It is not in support in any one particular religion. We should remember that at this time European states usually discriminated the favor of one religion over another. So there were different types of people of church also, so they used to favor one or the other of the religion. They didn't tolerated all the types of religion. वो सारे religions को tolerate ही नहीं करते थे. They were always in favor of one religion or the other. जैसे कि you can underline the examples. Britain favored the Church of England. Austria and Spain favored the Church of Catholic Church. Okay. Liberals also oppose the uncontrolled power of the dynastic rulers. Again, very important point, that liberals used to say that we don't want the rulers or the leaders to have some uncontrolled powers. We want monarchy to still exist, or you can say in some points, but they didn't, ये वो नहीं चाहते थे कि राजा का बेटा राजा बने. They were not in favor of that type of ideology. They wanted to safeguard the rights of individuals against the government. Against the government, safeguard. Very important line. They wanted to safeguard the rights of individuals against the government. This line means that they wanted that the people should have a safety of their rights, but that type of safety, that type of security was something which was not provided by the system of monarchy. They argued for a representative elected parliamentary government subject to laws interpreted by a well trained judiciary that was independent of rulers and officials. So if you can't remember this, you can really connect this towards how the Constitution of India works, or how the system of India works. India also has representatives, elected powers, and all these things. Okay, so till here we have discussed, till the first page we have discussed, and for the next pages we shall be covering in my next lecture. So thank you so much for watching till here. If you like my video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and give it a thumbs up.